Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stoner Car Care YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about what's better for cleaning your windows, a newspaper or a proper window cleaning towel. Let's jump in and find out. All right, so starting off with some of the first major differences between a professional glass cleaning towel and a newspaper. Obvious first one is the cost. You're going to pay a little bit more for microfiber than you would a newspaper, but you can reuse these, you can wash them. Don't put these ones in your washer, you might not have a great experience there. So starting off with the second one, with a newspaper, the one thing that I'm not a huge fan of is there's just a ton of variables with a newspaper. You don't know what kind of ink they're using, what kind of papers, if it's consistent. So what might work for somebody else, if you're in a different area with a different newspaper, you might get different results. You might have an ink that bleeds onto other surfaces that you're not intending to. So keep that in mind. And detailing, a lot of this stuff is about controlling the variables that you can control. And there's a lot of variables that come into it when you have a different paper every single day that you're not sure how it would react. But jumping into how you would use it, you're gonna grab one large sheet here, and you gotta crumble it up. Start with that, then you're gonna use it just like you normally would with your glass cleaner. We're gonna have two of these, so I'm gonna crumble this one up as well, because you're gonna need one to clean and then one to dry with. All right, and just like you do a glass towel. And the reason why some people comment on our videos and say, well, I just use newspaper and it works just fine. You know, it does scrub this clean. It has some abrasive in there that when you're going across the windshield is able to break down that dirt and wipe away. It's also absorbent enough to soak up the glass cleaner. So no doubt about it, you can definitely clean a windshield or clean glass with newspaper. But you're not gonna get too many uses out of this, so you're gonna be going through quite a bit of newspaper. So that's why you don't see any professionals using this, because they would just need an entire town's worth of newspapers every day to be cleaning all their vehicles. Also, once you start getting this a little bit too moist, it'll start fraying, and it starts leaving behind little bits of newspaper on the windshield, that little pieces of paper. So if you ever have trouble looking through lint on your windshield and maybe at night, you look through it and you're like, why does it look all speckled? Well, it could be just little specks coming off this newspaper sticking to the window, whereas a lint-free microfiber that's built for cleaning glass won't have that issue. Now we're gonna clean this side of the windshield with the tried and true method using the glass cleaning towels. Our normal process here. So if you haven't ever used the newspaper before, we actually would suggest using that over something like a paper towel, believe it or not. Because in paper towels, they actually have wetting agents inside there that are made to absorb things quickly, which works out great if you're trying to pick up spaghetti sauce off your floor or something like that. But when you're using it on cleaning a window, once it gets saturated, it'll release those wetting agents back onto the window, and that can leave streaks. Newspapers, they don't have the wetting agents in there. So that's one variable that you won't have to control when you're cleaning your glass. But again, like I said about the inks and the paper, differences in paper, that's stuff that you gotta be worried about. Something you don't see when you're using a regular microfiber. Now, the big things with these is if you're reusing them, typically we'll have people have issues when you go to wash them, if they wash them in the normal wash process where you're using maybe large detergents that have dyes in them or scents or a fabric softener, or even using too high heat in your dryer. All those things can lead to getting bad, inconsistent results using a towel that you wouldn't see using a newspaper. So if you're gonna use the towels, make sure you're following the proper wash process, and you should have good, consistent results where you're controlling all the variables. If you're gonna use newspapers, it'll work for you, you're just gonna need a few of them. So make sure you have a bunch on hand. Now, quick review of the results from the newspaper and the microfiber. As you can see here, I mean, keep in mind this is a classic car, so this windshield's seen some time on the road, but there's gonna be little chips and stuff. It's not perfect, there are chips in the window, but pretty streak-free on the microfiber side. And move it over, and it is pretty streak-free on the newspaper side. So like I said, you're gonna get great results with both. It's just about which variables you're trying to control when you're doing it. So we would suggest using newspaper over paper towel or something like that. There are worse methods out there cleaning your window. But if you're a professional looking to do this every day, you know as well as I, you're gonna go through a lot of those newspapers to try and keep up. So that's where most of them are using a specific window towel that they can control those variables with. If anyone's curious about what specific window cleaning towel we're using here, we have them available on our website. It's a waffle weave 370 GSM towel that has the stitched edge. What we found with our testing is to get streak-free results, the waffle weave really was the most absorbent, worked out the best. You really want a low pile towel when cleaning windows. Too much of a high pile will end up leading to some streaking, or it can just keep some dirt in that towel. We have yellow because they're really easy to see when it does get dirt on it. I think you probably see some on here. That way you know if the towel's been contaminated or if it's truly clean. So if you would like to check out a specific professional detailing towel, have them on our website. All right, so that's all there is to it for newspaper versus glass cleaning towel. Let us know down in the comments below if we've missed anything. Give us a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.